This meme of the day is brought to you by...
Later that same evening.
by Iron Hawk. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the latest episode of Lads Discuss Death Battle. Joined with us in this destructive battle is your only mate.
I couldn't think of anything witty, so I'm just saying hi.
And magnetizing us so we stay on topic is Sean.
Hello, and we are recording on my birthday, so thank you guys.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you. Copyright.
Don't worry, I'll input some royalty-free birthday music. I'll put in some like transparent GIF images of confetti. There we are. There's the effort I'm going into to wish him a happy birthday.
Yay!
It's just a harmonica for the birthday theme.
That'd be funny. If only Magneto can say happy birthday to his kids.
Oh god. But unlike Magneto's kids, the latest episode was Magneto versus Tetsuo, and my bad luck stream of guessing winners is still on a bad slope this year, because I got another one wrong, Magneto won, but
We
honestly,
tried to tell you.
I'll be honest though, well, okay, here's the thing though, you guys were trying to make it, well, actually no, your only mate tried to make it sound one-sided, but honestly, no, it was actually pretty interesting to see how even these two were. It was just that Magneto, they kind of scaled him to Hercules. Alright, let's actually get into the episode, and my personal thoughts on this episode is, it's fine. It's okay. Not bad, but not particularly good either. That's...
I feel like for me, I've liked it more on rewatches.
I tried to rewatch it, and I was a bit annoyed the first time because I thought they didn't reference the Welcome to Die.
No, they did.
Yeah,
Only, oh yeah, I'll let you say it, sorry.
Yeah, someone on Twitter pointed out when Tetsuo's in his mind, in Magneto's mind, you can briefly hear it, but you mostly hear the die part, because unfortunately a lot of audio, music, and sound effects kind of drawn out the rest of his dialogue. So
you can hear the rest of it.
Yeah,
It's just split up among other quotes.
yeah. I don't know. It
Wasn't
just.
that Luis who brought that up, by the way?
I think it was Louise or some other Twitter user.
I think it was Red Runner. Hang on.
But okay, so I'm not going to talk too much on this. I feel like I'm going to be a bit of a negative Sue on this one. So first of all, they brought Dummy back, and they freaking annoyed me because at first when they made it seem like he died, I was like, ah, but then he came back and the next scene I was like, no.
You really do not like Dummy.
Oh my god. Okay, look, let me give him
Okay, yeah, it was Red Runner.
Okay.
good on you, Red Runner. Shout out to you for finding Welcome to Die. It's a hilarious meme. Okay, let me give a mini rant why I don't like Dummy, because I've had people in the chat group also making fun of me for this. That you can make a depressing character funny. I will emphasize that. I don't hate him because he's depressed. I hate him because he's not funny. He's just, all his lines are just, I want to die. Where's the comedy of it? Make it funny. There's so many ways you can make depressing characters funny, which, that just sounds bad out of context, doesn't it?
I also just want to make a joke that our chat thinks you're the dummy.
Ha! Fuck you. Anyway,
Your place or mine?
sorry, I sounded very savage when I said that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Alright, so enough about Dummy.
I was like, should I say it or should I not?
Oh, I'm glad you said it because that was funny.
Hello, Kier. I didn't know you were on this podcast.
Did you get here?
I wrestling. I sports.
Oh my goodness.
Sex joke.
I was really worried you were gonna put on some
I am
offensive.
blue. There we go.
I thought you were going to put on some like offensive Scottish accent. I was like, my God, censor this, but that's fine. Anyway, so what else didn't I like about this episode? Okay, the fight itself was pretty decent. It was fun near the last section of it. The analysis itself, though, was so boring. Like, I can't even lie. I nearly slept through this. Like, there wasn't that many Wiz or Boomstick moments that made me laugh. It was just... There was actually moments I kind of skipped Tetsuo's analysis because I did kind of already know a lot about him, so... and I was thinking... I did get to the bit where they were talking about that giant, you know, mutated baby, so I was very curious how they were going to comment on that. But aside Boomstick going like, oh, that's Nightmare Fuel, it's like, really? Of all the things in Death Battle, that should be like... really fucked up to witness, but Boomstick's just like, whatever. It's like, come on!
I mean... They have seen a bunch of worse things.
No, they have not. That thing from Akira is Nightmare Fuel. It's been referenced so much, and they kind of just... Okay, it's aside in the fight, because how they animated it was... chef kisses, just... beautiful. But... I don't know, man. I feel like...
that thing is beautiful?
Okay, the animation, like, to make it look grotesque, because... Here's the thing, I've seen, like, you know, sprite... fights with Tetsuo, they do not do that monster justice. It would either be some over-pixelated zombie-looking monster, and it's like, nah, that's not really grotesque. Death Battle really nailed it in terms of the animation, just how uncomfortable it is to watch it. But in the analysis, they kind of, not lowballed it, what's the word?
Undermined it?
Yeah, they kind of undermined it. That's such a, you know, disgusting, and, you know, whenever anyone thinks about disgusting things from anime, like, people point to this moment in Akira. But, no, they just kind of...
Okay, legitimate question time. Is it Akira or Akira? Because they say it Akira.
I mean, I say Akira because how it's spelled, with our accent, that's how you would say it.
I say Akira.
Yeah, but that's technically incorrect for, you know, English. Yeah, I know it's weird to say, but
I don't give a shit.
Well, okay, but fair enough. But I'm trying to say, people, like, the reason I say it like that is because how it's spelled, and, you know, with my accent, I had to say it like that. Like, we don't say row, we say root. We don't say trash, we say rubbish. You know, that sort of thing, right?
I mean, we can still say trash.
Yeah, but we don't. Most of the time, you don't really use trash because that's an American term, not a British. In a similar way, you could say sayonara, but that's not how the British, you know, say goodbye. But anyway, off topic. The announcers wasn't that funny.
Instead, we say, "Oi, another spot of tea, you twat."
Anyway, so what did you guys think of the announcers? Because personally, for me, it wasn't funny, kind of underwhelming, undermining as well. But what did you think about learning a bit more Akira?
Hashtag more dummy.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I will say, it was cool to see Boomstick like pull like one of those parts of atoms. I don't know if he pulled an electron or a proton, but then it's just like, he can do that now? He can do that now.
I love the detail, like, you just see, like, the glim in his eye as he's, like, just before he does it.
I also appreciate, oh yeah, that was also really cool. Like, the details in Wiz and Boomstick are great. Like, some people may notice it, like the eye roll at the end pun from Wiz. I noticed I like on my first watch. Classic.
Yeah, people say Wiz and Boomstick don't give off too much personality in their animations. I don't know, I'm not sure what they're talking about, because they clearly do. You know, they have a few janky moments, like sometimes in the start of an episode they'll try and do some like epic movements, it just looks weird, but aside that, they give off their personalities.
Yeah. As for like the analysis itself, I do appreciate the fact they were trying to hammer in that Magneto's more than just magnetism, because that's what a majority of people know him as.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking busted.
I will say this is... Oh, sorry, yeah, well, you're done.
Busted, sure, but with the way they handled the analysis this time, I was bringing this up with Robuscus, they didn't use any sort of math, like numbers, for this analysis. It's all context.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can actually explain why. Well, because this is the only genuine laugh I got in the analysis. They brought back the magnets. How do they work? Because, in all honesty, you can't really calculate magnetism, because we, as a society, don't really truly know how magnetism works. It's just a thing that exists in our world. It's one of those things scientists to this day are still trying to figure out how to like use this technology aside, you know, just a magnet you stick to your fridge, but to control it, there's no way. Like, no one can solve this.
Yeah, with because we don't really know how they work, and maybe one day we'll figure out their work by the time we're all dead, and it probably won't change this result because, well, they have like good counters to each other. Like learning about Tetsuo, like after that analysis, I was thinking Magneto's actually in a tough spot.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking, like, this isn't one-sided. Like, Tetsuo could definitely, especially in his transformation, could definitely even the playing field. But obviously, it's also the experience. Magneto's fought powerful entities like this before, and, you know, his magnetism is definitely what saved him, to the fact that he can condense, like, a wormhole type of power, which... Now, I know we don't know anything about magnetism, but I don't think that's how magnets would work. I mean, maybe it does, who knows?
Yeah, but it's also just like anything that has the slightest bit of like metallic property in it, like the iron in people's blood, there being like traces of metal even in the very air. Just, yeah, all of that shit, you can control it.
I mean, why do you think Mr. Fantastic made a wooden gun to stop him?
Oh my god, I remember seeing that YouTube video.
Oh, did you notice in Magneto's dislikes, they put dislikes wooden guns?
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need to actually quickly look it up on the TV. Hold on, let me just quickly rewind.
Dislikes, discrimination, Nazis, wooden guns.
I will admit, he's probably one of the few villains that would actually say no to Nazis.
I mean, did you not see what they did to his home?
Oh, no. I was aware of all his backstory. Like, Magneto has one of the most tragic villain backstories of all time.
Yeah, the analysis definitely, I feel like, did both these characters justice. Like, it made it seem sort of even. Like, we didn't really get any sort of numbers because theoretically, over time, like, as one of the things that gave Tetsuo an advantage was he can overpower Magneto over time.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I guess we should move on to the fight then. So have we all said our piece about the analysis portion? Or is there some other Easter eggs that you guys want to bring up that we might have missed? Also, I just looking at it right now. Yeah, it does say it's wooden gun.
Is it weird? That just makes me think of the other guys. There's that guy who says, "I've had enough of this Joker and his wooden gun."
I guess you could say Magneto can't get wood.
Boo.
We had to do some sort of perverted joke. It's tradition.
Add that to our list of traditions we gotta do, folks.
Yeah, is there any other like funny little bits in the analysis that you guys liked? Because I don't really have much to say on it.
I have nothing really more else to add to the analysis. I thought it was really good, though, like information-wise.
Yeah, right. I can maybe agree with more the fact that, you know what, it gave the information we needed, but I still like to be, I don't know, I know I may sound a bit nitpicky, I think where the previous analysis were really funny, and I'm just always expecting a good laugh whenever I'm watching the analysis. Maybe that's what's kind of ruined my, expectation on the analysis in this episode.
I mean, everyone's different when it comes to like what they like about the show, which is why having a bunch of us with varying opinions kind of helps.
Yeah, I also
not just everything, but just shows how different we can be, but still agree on a few things.
Yeah, true. I just also think, like, for the Tetsuo stuff, I felt like there was a lot of opportunities to make some sort of, like, horror jokes, or, even I was actually kind of hoping they would bring up, like, the influence that Akira as a series has had on, like, pop culture, or just, like, culture in general.
Well, they sort of did that in the beginning.
Yeah, just briefly, though, I don't know.
But they don't want to, like, focus on so much on that, because it would just take up a bit of time, and we can just talk about what these characters can do, their story, and,
they didn't
of course, the fight.
Yeah, I know. I just felt like...
They didn't want to pull on us when we did that with Tetsuo in our last discussion.
Yeah, but I was thinking like they could have even just a small reference like Akira, you know, that thing that everything in all of fiction references, and just show like little slideshows of every sort of media that's parodied it. I don't know, something like that would have gotten a chuckle out of me. But
yeah, I don't know if it was that needed.
You're not needed. But anyway.
Oh, that's hard.
Wow, are you every person I've met ever?
Oh, Jesus, wow, why'd you have to make it darker? Oh, right. Well, speaking of darker...
Can we just stop picking on each other, please?
You know that's not possible, Sean. Where's the content in that? Although, speaking of content, that I've tried to...
I was about to make the same segue.
I've been trying to segue into it, but anyway. So the fight itself, it was sprite animation. I don't know why. I was really thinking it was going to be 3D, but... You know, I felt like 2D is still good for these, and...
I mean, Magneto has, like, such good sprites, so...
Yeah. Aren't they... I actually thought they were custom makes. I thought they customized over the
Marvel
Doctor...
vs. Capcom.
So wait, are the Doctor Strange sprites customized of Magneto? Because the movement was very similar to Doctor Strange in his death battle.
I mean, maybe, I don't really know.
I think he has an original Marvel vs. Capcom sprite that they used.
Oh, cool. Now, I've seen some people complain that the sprite for Magneto and Tetsuo don't really blend together well. I didn't really notice it on my first viewing, but second viewing, I can kind of see what they mean. But at the same time, though, Goku and Superman's models didn't really match the other. You know, different medias, different art styles, you know. They'd either have to...
That's also the case with some other death battles, like... Yang versus Tifa, Hulk versus Doomsday, Borog versus TJ Combo. Like, you just get that with different sprites or models. Like, it's just bound to happen.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair on Hulk versus Doomsday, though, that was originally supposed to be Hulk versus Broly, hence why they went for the more anime-looking Hulk, but...
I'm glad that it didn't turn out that way, because it meant we got, like, a good boy Broly.
True. And, yeah... I kind of see what people complaint is, but at the same time though, like, I feel like I actually kind of like that sometimes when you've seen like a realistic looking character interact with an anime character. It's kind of like that whole Roger Rabbit type of feel to it, you know? Seeing like a live action character interact with like a cartoon or anime character. I don't know, that's what I like about it. But as for the fight itself, they did some creative stuff with it. Like at some point, Magneto took the iron out of blood to make saws. That was pretty cool. I didn't expect them to do that. Him ripping out, using the metal to cut off Tetsuo's arm. Pretty graphic. And conveniently, the arm he loses in the movie. Just...
That's a nice detail.
I was really expecting him to go, not again.
No, he's not going to pull a Raiden.
He should have, because I would have been like, imagine losing the same arm for the third time. But
that would be a bitch.
Well, it was. Not too many highlights for me.
Also, just gonna look a little something up because it's something I've been thinking about.
Fair do. Also. One thing I did kind of, there was something that I do kind of not hate, but I thought was a bit too soon how they did this. When they showed Magneto's helmet being knocked off and then destroyed, you know, I feel like that was a good way that they could have set up a good fake out. The issue with that, though, is that I think they did it too early, because when I was watching it on my computer, I could still see we had a lot of the fight to do, so I was like, I think they pulled off that card a bit too soon in the fight.
Well, I would rather they did that now than have Tetsuo transform first.
I don't know, I feel like that would have been good, because then when he transforms, maybe he hits him into the wall, and that's when his helmet falls off, and he freaks out, because he realizes he's now unable to fight off the psychic or telepathic attacks.
I mean, maybe, but I think it was better that they did it that way, since Tetsuo can probably target Magneto easier without that helmet. And they wanted to make it seem like Tetsuo stands a better chance without transforming right away. Plus, that hand-drawn shot was really dope afterwards.
True. Oh my goodness, my favorite had to be when he was like almost exploding Magneto's head with his mind. I was like, oof, that just looks vicious. I didn't think that was going to be the kill shot. I was like, no, we still have a lot to do. I'm pretty sure this is like another attempt at a fake out.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't quite on the same level as 4 versus Vegeta's fake out, which, you know, the music fading out and 4 just immediately grabbing Vegeta's head. But yeah, I just felt like if they'd done that later, then I would have. Oh, sorry. That would have gotten me better. But I thought the fight was fine. The death, I've seen people complain, wasn't really that good, and honestly, given what it took to kill him in the movie, yeah, I can kind of agree. It did feel like a bit of a weak way to kill such a powerful character.
I mean, I disagree with that.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Because of its storytelling, it was doing the right.
Okay, yeah, that is actually a good point. I will admit, they definitely handled the more dramatic and emotional moment better than I felt like they did in Jonathan versus Tanjiro. Whereas before, I was hysterically laughing at over dramatic, but they didn't go too over dramatic with this bit.
I mean, in his last final thought, he said thank you, and then Magneto was just like, "You are welcome. I fly away."
Yeah, well, that wasn't done comedically. Like, Magneto. Here's the thing, like, I also kind of appreciated is that Magneto kind of showed he's not a monster. You know, he's not a villain that wishes to, you know, kill for fun. You know, when he did kill Tetsuo, there was a bit of grief and sorrow in, like, his victory, which I do think was much better than Jonathan's, where he broke down all cartoony, anime-eyed, bawling and holding Tanjiro's corpse, like. You know, that was a bit too overdramatic for me. This one was kind of simple and sweet. Or salty, depending on what your feelings were.
I also like how before he, like, blasts away that forum part, he says, "Poor child," like, he really is trying to help Tetsuo.
Does kind of make me wonder, like, what if in some multiverse out there, what if Tetsuo won? Like, is he, like, still suffering then?
Probably.
Like, if that ending would have been more grim or just more depressing. Like, maybe he would try to put him out of his misery, failed, and now he's forever suffering. Just, oof, that would have been tragic.
I still find it kind of funny that the fight starts off with Tetsuo just being like, "Hey, you're on my turf. I'm gonna murder you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. It hurts. Please kill me." It's basically how it went.
Yeah, you really need to see the film, mate. And yeah, you would kind of see that's kind of what he's like in the anime.
Oh no, I imagine that's what he's like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will say
he goes
that
more crazier.
I think what helps with that, like, pace and tone for Tetsuo especially is the voice acting. Like, Tetsuo's voice actor, I forget his name off the top of my head, but
I'll look it up.
He says with such displease.
I know Magneto's off the top of my head. It's not Tetsuo's, but Tetsuo's voice actor.
Joshua Waters.
Yeah, Josh.
The same guy who voiced Wally West.
Oh, that's where he's from. Who he voiced previously. But yeah, Joshua as Tetsuo was really good. I also liked Edward as Magneto for some reason.
I will admit, I find it odd that I don't think I can properly critique what I thought of Tetsuo's English voice, because I listened to the French version, so, and it didn't sound anything like the French version, so yeah, it's kind of an awkward slate for me. But Magneto's was really good.
Yeah, Edward Bosco did so good.
I think they tried to give him the voice tone from the live action films, the you know, the originals before Days of Future Past. I can't remember the actor who played him.
Ian McKellen?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen comparisons to that, but they also compared it to Tom Kane's portrayal of him too, from the cartoon.
Honestly, both actors were fantastic, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the voice acting was really good. The hand-drawn segments, like, wow, they did not skip out on the details, and I was kind of worried, like, they were obviously going to use Tetsuo's transformation, but I was thinking, how are they going to do this? Like, because the thing about Tetsuo's like transformation, every part of him's like pulsating and stuff like that, and it needs to be disgusting, as weird as that is to say. And yeah, it was disgusting to watch. It was uncomfortable. I'm going to put it on screen for our viewers to suffer. Yeah, that's not a pretty sight, and I respect it.
It left Magneto speechless.
It would leave anyone speechless. Like,
I mean, yeah, what do you say to that?
Like, you see Goku transformation, it's like, oh my god, such power. Then you see Tetsuo transform, it's like, oh my god, that nightmare. It's like, there's just no way to respond to it.
Yeah. Like, how do you logically respond to that calmly? The answer? You don't.
Is that going to become a new joke we do where we like, is Omni-Man's meme where he says you don't just becoming the new time, huh? Oh my God's sake, I just brought it up.
Cross another one off the list.
Just when we thought that joke was dead. Oh.
You have to constantly bring back.
Just when we think it's dead, it revives.
Hey, so the thing I was gonna look up as well is how many Death Battle combatants who lost have lost a limb. The Death Battle wiki don't keep track of that apparently.
Really?
No, because I looked on the page for Akuma, they don't mention that. And I also looked on Tetsuo's page, it's not there either.
You would think with the amount of, things they keep track of in Death Battle, you would think they would keep notice of, limbs removal.
Yeah. Actually, they do keep track of that for the winners.
Just the winners?
Yeah, and there have been 9 so far that win after losing a limb.
Huh.
Those being Fox McCloud, Raiden, Voltron, Sub-Zero, Samurai Jack, Esdeath, Machamp, Sanji, and Blake.
Fair enough. I tell you what though, there is one thing about this episode that definitely puts it to me as being a fine episode. The soundtrack. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
so
like
good.
a song.
I believe that's what it's called.
I think it's called Ego Death.
Yeah.
Which, it's god damn it, Death Battle, man. Your song titles are really awful at times.
Hang on, there's actually a legit reason for it, though.
Oh yeah? I mean, I'm not disputing there's no reason.
To quote the definition of ego death is a complete loss of subjective self-identity. The term is used in various intertwined contexts with related meanings. Jungian psychology uses the sinister term psychic death, referring to fundamental transformations of the psyche.
Okay, so there's a reason behind it. Doesn't excuse the name sounding stupid. But, I don't really care for titles, about a song. As long as the song's kick-ass, then I'm going to jam out to it. And this one was bopping. Which I wish I could use it in this video, but I'm scared for copyright.
No, I'm sorry. There was something pointed out to me about something. I'll bring it up later.
Alright, I've said my piece about this episode. I thought it was okay. Not as good as the previous one, but I was entertained. It's just not the worst episode to me. It's just one of those ones where if I see it in my recommended, I would watch it.
I mean, I can say it's definitely not my least favorite of the season. I mean, I'd still have to put a whole lot of thought into where it is on my ranking, but I just know that my top 2 so far are Harley vs. Jinx and Foil vs. Vegeta.
Do you guys have any... Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, it sounds like I'm in the minority when I say that I really like this episode. It's my second favorite so far this first half.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
It's not surprising, really, because you have, well, not a connection to Magneto, but you definitely have more of a love for the character.
Yeah.
So, I tell you, let's get your full thoughts on the fight, Sean. You have the dance floor. Show us your moves.
I love... Thank
you, Captain Falcon.
Did you really quote Captain Falcon on me, Bill? Really?
No.
Well, if you want me to show my moves, here you go.
Oh my god, hold on, let me just... I thought you were
Please
going to
let
show...
him be fighting Boba Fett.
I'm
Okay,
gonna,
but for
I'm gonna
real.
save this for when I edit.
Okay, but for real though, I really like this one. They definitely use the environment and creativity of both their telepathic powers really well in this one. And then the storytelling they did like towards the later half was well done. Magneto losing his helmet was a complete shock because it was legit out of nowhere too. Like I didn't expect him to be able to knock the helmet off.
Hmm.
And it's just that transformation scene and him building his arm were really well done, especially because like that's all hand drawn, and I don't know who hand drew that, but my God, does it looked good and disturbing, if that makes sense.
They deserve a raise for that. Because I'm not sure if this is correct. I think that whole animation in the movie apparently took 4 months.
Jesus.
Like,
Wait, really?
hold on, let me actually just look that up again. Because I can't remember if it was 4 months or it was. Even then, though, to animate it for like even just a month, like yeah, that's a long time and a lot of dedication to the film.
The storytelling is really good, and I love the voice acting between these two. And sure, say what you will about the death, but Tetsuo had tears in his eyes and gave one final thank you in his last thoughts, which was really sad to see. What is it with death battles making endings sad for me? Like, my God. Maybe I'm just a sucker for sadness, now that I think about it, because my favorite episode this half had a sad ending that Bill thought was hilarious. This was a well-made fight, and I really do hope people enjoyed it as much as I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people out there say they love this episode, or some say it's their favorite. Like, and yeah, maybe some that say it was alright. But, you know, opinions vary from person to person.
I just want to bring this up. So I can't seem to find that time when how long it took to animate Tetsuo's animation for the film. However, one of the first things that appeared up when I say how Akira, how long, the first thing that comes up in how was it so good? Even Google knows.
It just goes to show you that they took time and effort into that movie.
Yeah, but I mean, the film took 2 years, and no doubt most of that, well, not most of like the single year, but I guarantee you, maybe months, or maybe that was just a fake source I got. You know, don't quote me. Yeah, I can imagine that took a long time for Death Battle to animate for this fight. I wouldn't be surprised if that's why this episode was going to come out much later compared to the other revealed characters, just for that abomination alone.
Yeah, I can understand that. That must have been a giant labor to take on.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. But you know what they didn't do? They didn't cry about it like babies.
No.
I know, that was the best pun I could think for that transformation, because how do you think of a pun for that?
You don't.
Just stop quoting that!
And
That's
stop
not...
setting him up.
That's not becoming a thing!
Bill, you're setting me up for failure at this point.
How do I not? No, no! No, don't reply to that!
I need to work on that.
Oh my god. Why does this happen to me?
Just don't spend 500 years working on it.
Ah. Anyway, do you guys have anything to say about the end analysis, the explanation? Do you think it was pretty well explained? 'Cause I thought it was really well done how they explained how this fight wasn't as one-sided and not in the typical Korra versus Storm way. I felt like there was a bit more to justify Tetsuo's power.
Yeah, like, I feel like people did not give the benefit of the doubt to Tetsuo when it came to, like, everyone's predictions. Because it's just, like, Tetsuo can overpower Magneto, surprisingly. Like, especially over time.
I'll even admit, I kind of want to apologize if I did sound like I was, like, underselling Tetsuo. It's just, I mean, I just know, like, I just have an idea of how powerful Magneto is.
Well,
And
yeah,
I'm just like,
to be
yeah,
fair,
he's absolutely winning.
To be fair to like Mate, you know, he didn't really know that much about Tetsuo going into our prediction about it.
I didn't know that much about Magneto either, like him being able to like counter, stand up to the freaking Phoenix Force.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know what it is lately, but I remember when Death Battle fans used to use the Phoenix Force as the definitive proof that if you beat this thing, then you're so overpowered. But now people are kind of underselling that form, which makes me hope when they bring in Jean Grey, they can actually show why the Phoenix Force is such a force to reckon with.
I mean, Death Battle have even like flip-flopped on like how powerful they say it is. Like in Wonder Zatanna, they call it that fiery space chicken that can destroy the universe. But in this episode, they say it can destroy a planet.
Yeah, but even fans are just kind of underselling, you know, that transformation. I'm just there like, wait, but I thought we were all in the agreement that that form is so powerful that barely anyone can stop it. And when they do beat it, it's like a whoa moment. But now people are like, nah, anyone can do it. It's like...
Oh, is it Tuesday?
Yeah. Maybe
I mean, you could say the same about Hulk, because I'm pretty sure, like, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and a whole bunch of other characters have either stood up to or beaten the Hulk in a fight.
I still get so annoyed when people scale Spider-Man to the Hulk. It's just like, no, Spider-Man is not that powerful, alright? Let's be clear. But, yeah, I have to agree, you know. Analysis explained that this wasn't one-sided, which was... I was one of those people that's why I was so conflicted about just siding Magneto, because I was certain Tetsuo would give him a run for his money, which he did, but it still didn't really pay off, you know. Magneto just had a bit of extra experience, and his magnetism was just, in a way, incalculable, really. Like, much like the Flash's speed, like, there's just nothing you can really do to calculate that amount of power, because it just seems like as long as any sort of material in the universe exists, he can bend it or do whatever he wants with it. But at the same time, though, you know, Tetsuo can just create another universe and create his own Big Bang, so they really had to go into the details on why, you know, Magneto managed to win.
And you know, scaling him to... You know, speaking of that, just saying, I guess this episode and that teaches us don't mess with Omega level mutants. Unless you have some kind of bullshit force field.
To be fair, it just feels like a title at this point.
Yeah, I think we kind of brought that up in like the whole. Do you know? That does actually remind me. I do have some comments I want to read, but I might read them when we talk about the next time.
We've only had 3.
Well, yeah. I was going to bring these up after we did the meme of the day, but I do actually have some comments from our previous few episodes. I forgot to read them out, but I'll read them out when we talk about the next time. But you guys have any final points to add?
I have nothing else.
I guess I'll say that like when it came to talking about how like Magneto can stand up to like universal sort of power, was kind of neat that they scaled him to Hercules.
Ah, good segue.